and cut, and at that moment my right knee popped. Hey everyone, so I tore my ACL and meniscus, and this is a start to my journey back. In this video, I want to give a brief background on my athletic history, what led up to me tearing my ACL meniscus, my diagnosis and path forward, and then why I'm documenting my journey back. Some personal background on myself. So I grew up playing club soccer, sports with friends on the weekends, skating, surfing, just pretty active all the time. I never actually had any serious injuries that required surgery or anything like that. In this last year, I decided to run my first marathon. Previously, I never really took running seriously. It was just a form of exercise, just to stay in shape for soccer and other stuff. Never really ran an official race. Because I never really ran seriously before or really thought about a structured running plan, I decided to work with a running coach who was also a physical therapist. He was a huge help along the way. And I ran my first marathon in February of 2025. 2 days after that, it's probably the most sore my legs have ever been. My legs were just shot, fried really. And I was told to actually take a rest for about a month afterwards, just because I never ran a marathon before. And yeah, it's just a big toll on your legs after running that. But like I hinted at already, I'm pretty active. I hate taking any time off, resting. So I actually had my adult soccer league that I play on the weekends. It started up the following week of the marathon. I skipped the first game, but ended up going to the second game just to give some rest to players. Didn't intend on going very hard during the game, just jog around, and I ended up playing a total of, I think, 15 minutes in that game. My typical kind of top speed right now in my life is about 18 miles per hour, according to my Garmin watch. And during this game, I only, reached about 11 miles per hour. My legs were just fried for the marathon. They had no juice in them. So in the game, I hyperextended my knee just slightly too far and kind of walked it off. So after about a minute, I decided to, keep playing, kind of walked it off a little bit. I made a sprint back to kind of try to win the ball back for my team. Deaccelerated and cut, and at that moment my right knee popped and kind of gave out, and I fell to the ground. I was on the ground for what felt like an eternity. It's probably like 30 seconds or something. And then I hobbled off the field, had some people kind of help me hop off the field to the bench. And, within a couple of minutes, I was starting to kind of limp around in the leg. So I thought maybe it wasn't too serious, but I don't know. I was a little concerned because I never had anything pop in my knee before. So that was kind of alarming. Ended up limping off the field, to the car after the game. That was a normal soccer injury. Sometimes it happens to your knees. And the next day, my knee was hurting so bad that it was hard just to walk around. I was using like a broom as a crutch temporarily. It was pretty bad. But after a week and my knee was still hurting pretty bad, I decided to have my running coach, physical therapist, to take a look at it. And he recommended that I get another opinion on it. The sport doctor that he recommended, because he was concerned that it might be something a little more serious. So I saw the sport doctor. He ended up draining some fluid from my knee, and he said if it was blood, then it's likely the ACL that was torn. And he drained it, and it was about 60 milliliters of blood drained into kind of a large syringe. And then he ordered an MRI. I had an MRI taken, and it was confirmed that I completely ruptured my ACL. I had a couple of meniscus tears, a vertical on the medial and a complex on the lateral meniscus, as well as some bone fractures to the tibia plateau. But in the 2 weeks from my knee injury up until I got the MRI results, I was doing some prehab exercises for the ACL that my PT recommended. And once I got the MRI results back, I actually kind of dialed back the exercise a little bit because of the bone fractures. Then I got scheduled with an orthopedic to get their recommendation and kind of thoughts forward for my knee. And we came to the conclusion that it's probably best for me to get the ACL reconstruction surgery. And at the time, we'll also repair the meniscus if possible and take away some meniscus if it can't be repaired. They're going to take a look at that. During the surgery, I have goals to continue playing sports at a high level, surfing, skating, maybe even venture into triathlons like Ironmans and whatnot. So I have my ACL reconstruction surgery and meniscus surgery scheduled for April 30th, which will be about 10 and a half weeks after my initial knee injury. When they're in there doing ACL surgery, they're going to touch up the meniscus, hopefully repair it as much as possible. And after that, I'll be on crutches for about 4 weeks because of the meniscus repair. So for 4 weeks, I'll be non-weight bearing, which will be a mental toll, I'm sure. And now the reason why I'm making this YouTube channel and this YouTube series. So I've been doing a lot of research and I haven't had any luck finding many YouTube channels or videos showing people return back from this type of injury, getting back to marathons and high weekly mileage. So I want to document my journey for those who are in my situation in the future and show people what's possible as long as you put in the hard work. On this channel, you can expect videos documenting my prehab and my current knee ability before the surgery, videos of my surgery experience, and incremental milestones after surgery and throughout the initial physical therapy process. And then my process for strengthening my body to prepare me for returning to future marathons and sports with my physical therapist, Josh Smith at Elite Endurance Physio. Then my process for training for marathons and keeping a healthy knee. Hopefully through this channel and series, I can prove that as long as you focus on continuing to keep your body healthy, then you can get back to a high level performance and have longevity without any serious knee issues. So let's see how far we can go, guys. Woo!